Oh, right. I just watched this amazing YouTube video. I wish I watched it here with you guys. I messed up bad. But this was the video, right? Check this guy out. Now I'm gonna watch.
Minute, you're trying to tell me.
Oh, but this wasn't the video I was watching. I was talking about, but this is the video. Yeah, this video. This video here I was watching. Ooh. This is what. Wow. This is what allegedly one of the things that happened in this video. Yeah.
Me that the alien who literally grew up as an undocumented farm worker and now lives in fear of the government tracking him down, despite the fact that he lives a productive and helpful life as a member of his community, is an allegory for immigration? That sounds woke and gay. Superman is about an outsider becoming one of us and showing more humanity than the people who are supposed to belong there. Yeah, right. What's next? Spider-Man is about with great power comes great responsibility? No, it's about an anonymous, masked up man using excessive force and violence against a suspect of a crime before they've been found guilty without having their day in court. What I'm trying to say is, Spider-Man is a member of ICE. I'm Lewis Spears. Welcome back to Lou Review. Like, subscribe, and let's break it down. Look, up in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's woke and gay. Or at least according to Ben Shapiro, who is having a meltdown over the new Superman film and actually has been doing so 4 months since the trailer came out. Look at this.
Superman, the new movie from James Gunn. I've been a little skeptical of it because I think that James Gunn, he's fine for Guardians of the Galaxy, but Superman is a more serious property.
Lost me immediately. Superman is not more serious than Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, he's more profitable. I guess he's more culturally relevant for sure, but he's not any less silly or outlandish or comic book ridiculous than Guardians of the Galaxy, who I would say are actually much more grounded in reality. I've always viewed Marvel Comics as a little bit more based in the real world. I mean, literally, they have cities like New York and Los Angeles and stuff like that. DC is more bright and colorful and ridiculous and I don't know, just a little bit more fantasy than Marvel is. So right now, I've already identified Ben as a poser. All right, he's not a real DC head like me. I bet this guy doesn't even know who Damian Wayne is.
And then we talk about the left in Hollywood. The level of out of touchness with the everyday American is truly insane, truly crazy.
Ben Shapiro calling anyone out of touch with the everyday average person is hilarious because if you take one look at his own comment section, it's very clear that this man is completely out of touch with not only the general public, but also his own audience. The level of out of touchness, yeah, bro, go touch grass. A Jewish American not understanding Superman is just sad, to be honest. Superman famously created by two Jewish people, both the children of immigrants, which we'll get into later. My God, dude, it's Superman. He is literally an alien that came here on a spaceship. Not everything is political. It's what the character has always been. Ben Shapiro, failed screenwriter versus James Gunn, one of the biggest names in Hollywood. The top comment on this video is failed screenwriter complains about successful screenwriters' normal Superman take. If I were Ben, I would not be lecturing anyone on their ability to connect with the general public because he's lost them and his own audience.
So James Gunn did an interview with the Times of London, and he was talking about the themes in Superman. He said, I mean, Superman is the story of America, an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country. But for me, it is mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and is something that we have lost. So he's now trying to make the case effectively that Superman is kind of an illegal immigrant.
Yes, he's literally an illegal alien. He grew up on a farm without papers. His parents pulled him out of a spaceship that entered Earth, America, Kansas without any authorization. The authorities immediately came looking for him. They hid him, created fake documents, and kept him safe, gave him a brand new name and a new fake identity, one which he still uses, that he still lives in fear of becoming outed to the public as. You couldn't get any more illegal immigrant. My guy, he's not even a fucking human being. Dude, I am at my wit's end with all of these like conservative commentators calling everything woke. Every game now is woke garbage. Every movie is woke garbage. Every TV series is woke garbage. Every book is... Actually, I don't see that very much. None of these guys really read. Obviously, you should be buying tickets to the new Superman film, but even more important than that, you should be buying tickets to Lewis Spears. LewisSpears.com. Come and see me live. I'm going to Sydney, Canberra, Frankston. Then I'm off to the UK, England, Scotland, Ireland. LewisSpears.com. Tickets are going quick. Get them now. Also, if you like my t-shirt, why don't you buy it, okay? LewisSpears.com. That's there as well. Serial Pest. It's actually a brilliant t-shirt. Can you look at the quality, man? Look at this cut. It's very nice. You know what this era of conservative right-wing people is really starting to feel like? It's just 2012 YouTube all over again, but the voices are just on the other side of the spectrum. When everyone used to call everything sexist and problematic and triggering, and everyone made fun of them for being a little bit too pedantic and sensitive. Now we've just gone the complete opposite way and everything is fucking woke, but it's the same shit. You're angry at a cartoon character, bro. I'm telling you, dude, the culture is shifting once again, and these guys who rose up by tearing down all of the super militant feminist and triggering and content warning type voices who were just a little bit too fragile, even though they made a few good points. This crowd has just morphed into them. And now the counter culture is I think it's quite nice to be compassionate and care about other people, even if they're different to me. But also I'm going to say retard, you know, like that. Like, that's what it is. The next counterculture is like, yeah, this guy's a fucking dork, but, you know, I'm not going to misgender someone on purpose. However, if they do something stupid in my presence, I will call them a slur as a friend. You know, like that's like we're finding the yin yang balance. It's problematically woke. I think that's the next counter culture.
Gunn stands by the ideals embedded in Superman and added he doesn't care if anyone takes offense. Yes, it plays differently, but it's about human kindness. And obviously there will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offensive just because it is about kindness. But screw them. And then he says, yes, it's about politics, but on another level, it's about morality. I do not understand the necessity for all of these Hollywood folks to undercut the pitch of their own film before it even comes out. It's insane.
Fellas, is it bad marketing to say that the Superman movie is about a superhero saving people and being nice? What the fuck is James Gunn supposed to say? Yeah, Superman, this film, we like what Zack Snyder did. It was a bit dark, a little bit edgy, but we feel like he didn't go far enough. My Superman is going to be building a border around everyone's home, and only the white people can leave it in and interact with each other. And it will be using his X-ray vision to...
This guy's hit or miss. He's good content, though. It's just Ben is just not that entertaining. He's not that guy. Let's watch this again. I'd rather watch this again because that's how good this was.
Cassie is in a world of trouble. The worst decision she ever made was not taking that $30 million and getting Ghost. Because the more stories that come out against Cassie, it becomes perfectly clear that Cassie is a predator. Cassie committed multiple crimes, not just violating state or federal statutes, but she violated the people who she was engaging in these free calls with. In our last video, we discussed how one of the men who engaged in three-ways with Diddy and Cassie, Clayton Howard, we spoke on how he's suing Cassie for violating him, for trafficking him, and committing multiple crimes against him. Well, that man finally sat down for a full tell-all interview, and what he said would actually make you think that Cassie is Diddy, because everything they're accusing Diddy of, Cassie did, and maybe even worse. So one of the first things that I really focused on and really honed on is him describing an interaction with Cassie. He's incapable of really understanding that he was being groomed. He just thinks, oh, she was vibing with me, she likes me, and she was really trying to kick it outside of whatever me and Diddy was doing. But no, this interaction that you're about to see is textbook grooming.
And Diddy, he got mad at you because you was having with Cassie behind his back, right?
No, I never had with her behind his back. She was contacting me behind his back. After a while, the got really good after a while. So, as a woman, as a human being, she wants to connect with the person that's making her feel like this. We had a lot in common. Her birthday's August 26th. My birthday's August 26th. So we're both Virgos. She's really into astrology. So, us just being people who believe in certain things. Imagine meeting a woman and you having and it's great. And then one day you find out you and her are born on the same day. That's something that you're going to be like, wow, is this a coincidence? So I think that's what kind of really strengthened our relationship to the point where she started to want to know more about me. So she would contact me, tell me how great this was, ask me for pictures, just ask me what I was doing during the day. And this actually went on, I want to say, for 6 or 8 months until I saw Diddy and her maybe 6 or 8 months into this. And I walk into the suite, and like the first thing he does is he presses me, walks up to me in my face like, yo, man, why you texting my girl behind my back? So, I kind of back up like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, I went through her phone. It's texting there. Y'all not supposed to be texting. This is something that's a swinging activity for me and her. You shouldn't be trying to get at her behind me. I'm like, dude, no, I'm not. She's texting me, bro. I'm not texting her. And if you got a problem with me texting her, I won't answer no more. So Cassie stepped in. She admitted that she was texting me. She claimed she told him that she was texting me to build up desire for the fantasies for the next time we saw each other. But Diddy wasn't trying to hear that. He said, listen, dude, don't answer my girl if she texts you. You don't text him again. So he basically put us both on notice not to contact each other without him. Now, here's the thing. She actually did keep contacting me after that, but I stopped answering because I believed it was a trap.
After watching this interview, it became perfectly clear this dude was falling for Cassie. How he expressed himself being hurt when he watched her with other dudes. But Cassie had no intentions of ever being with this dude. Cassie didn't have feelings for this dude. Cassie was using what predators do, which is grooming, which is wheeling him in, making him feel comfortable so her request can get more extreme. And Cassie was successful in that, because what you will see is after Cassie began to try to get close to him, try to bond with him, on one occasion, Cassie committed a crime against him. Cassie stuffed him.
And Cassie would tell you to come in her, right?
Oh yeah. The first time we had unprotected was definitely Cassie. Again, bro, like I'm trying to use the right word to respect your platform, but I was smashing it, bro. I was putting that twerking. Yeah, like it's not, it's bad to say, but it's kind of obvious. She's a beautiful woman. A heterosexual man, it takes no effort to do what you got to do with that woman. So I would go in there, bro, and I'm making love to her like it's the last day on earth, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going in on her. The first time we had unprotected actually is the first time she drugged me with ecstasy. We probably had been seeing each other for maybe, I want to say 2 years. So basically Cassie tells me that if I take a little bit of this substance with her, this is going to be amazing. It's going to go from like 1 to a 10. And looking at her, how beautiful she was, how the great intercourse we were already having, it was enticing to see like, wait a minute, it can get better than this? Really? I'm curious. So I don't like to take pills. I told her, like, all right, how am I supposed to take this? She says, hold on, I'll crush it up for you. And I'll put like a half or a quarter of it in the drink. So she gives me this drink. I drink the drink, and she did not lie, bro. Within like 30 minutes, my entire body was alive. Like I could feel every nerve ending. Me and this girl ended up having like 3 days when she gave me this time. During the course of this, I believe it was sometime during the night, we were involved in the encounter. So, I'm stroking her. It's hot. She's into it. She pushes my abdomen up. reaches, rolls off the condom, and pulls me in her real quick, bro. Like, you date women. I'm pretty sure you've been in a situation where shorty hit you with the wham real quick before you knew it. You in her. You don't know what the hell is going on, but it's so good you don't come out because you know, like, we know how.
That's not okay. Cassie will want you to believe that she was forced to do these things. You think a victim who was forced to do these things is texting this dude behind Diddy back, trying to get close to him? You think a victim who was forced to do this and it wasn't consensual? You think the move she did was some karate stuff. Like, it's like, oh, you only know how to do that if you've done it before. It was just so quick. It was again the abdomen. Like, it was like, whoa, Kung Fu Freak. But that's not cool. That's stealthing. Stealthing don't only apply to women. It also applies to men too. The definition of stealthing is the practice of removing one's condom during intercourse without the knowledge and consent of one's partner. Is frequently regarded as essay or grape and punishable by law. Once you bring stealthing into question, whatever interaction y'all just had is no longer consensual. Cassie doing that one little move and then bringing him in closer once it's off before he even realized what's going on.
Brush your teeth, floss, take care of yourself.
That's not legal.
Appearance makes a big deal. You see? Cassie was beautiful, right? See where I'm going with this?
And I don't care, just like they love to say, even if he enjoyed it, even if he at the moment didn't really offer too much resistance to it, it's still illegal. That right there is textbook rape and it's textbook trafficking. That's not the only time, though, Cassie engaged in non-consensual sexual acts. This time around here, Cassie tricked them into engaging her when she was on her cycle. But it's not the fact that he engaged with her when she was on her cycle, but it's the deception and the degree that Cassie went to trick this dude into engaging in acts that she knew that he wouldn't have engaged in if he would have knew beforehand.
She calls me for one encounter. I can't remember the exact year right now, but I remember it was cold. And it was my anniversary with the girlfriend I was dating at the time. So, I was like unavailable for the weekend. So Cassie happens to call me this weekend. She's like, yo, are you available? Come to LA. I'm like, baby, I can't. It's my anniversary with my real girlfriend. This is my real life. I got to stay here. She flips on me. What the hell are you talking about? We made a deal a couple of years ago that you were exclusively for me. This is monogamous. You're supposed to be available when I call you. She's pissed. So I'm confused, bro, because you got a whole man.
Just a quick side note before we even get back to the video, I apologize. This didn't come up in court. That Cassie was telling these dudes they were a part of her roster. They were monogamous to her. This is insane. Can you imagine being able to literally pick the most well-endowed men around you, right? Engage in intercourse that you thoroughly enjoy, that you came from. You got to enjoy yourself. You got to enjoy all the pleasure in the world for a decade, and then you receive $30 million for enjoying yourself. Oh, no. Cassie ran the coldest game I ever seen ran in the justice system, man. But he's about to tell a story where Cassie goes in his jealous fit rage. The man he comes right through force, man he comes to see her to